What's up, guys? So I decided I'd do a little bit of an update again, but like a 5,000 mile update. So kind of give you my first impressions of driving the car for the past 2 months and the past 5,000 miles. So I figured what better time to talk about the car than while driving it to work. So in the first 5,000 miles, there is a massive difference in between this and even just the prior generation, the 15 through 17s. The transmission, the MT82 4D that Ford did, is absolutely fantastic. I have beat the shit out of this thing for 5,300 miles now. I've no lift shifted every time I've done a pull. I mean, I've given it hell, and on a stock clutch nonetheless. And so far, it's holding up fine. I have no issues with it. There's no grinding going into any gears. There's no popping out of any gears. Thanks, Blackview. It's perfect. I love it. I do have a couple of complaints. The cooled seats, the same issue as the 15 to 17s. They don't exactly cool your back. They cool your ass. My ass gets really cold, but the rest of me doesn't, and that's kind of disappointing. I wish that the back cooled like the heated seats. The heated seats are hot all the way around. So that's, one little nitpick there. One of the other features that I worried that I would grow tired of was the active exhaust. I figured that eventually the active exhaust wasn't going to be enough for me, and that I would need to upgrade to a different muffler setup, and then I would have wasted the money on buying the active. And honestly, I'm still thrilled with it. We're 5,300 miles in, and I just want a set of headers and to delete the suitcase underneath, and I think that's going to be it. Like, I honestly love how the exhaust sounds. I wish it had larger tips on it, and I might have them cut and weld, a couple of 4-inch tips on. But other than that, I absolutely love the active exhaust. Ford fucking nailed it from the factory with this one. So let's talk about other little gimmicks here. There's a lot of people who thought that the digital dash would just be a gimmick, and that over time it kind of lose its luster. And for me, it really hasn't. I change the display constantly. I mean, I do daily it on track mode, but I love the opportunity to change it around and get a different visual look every day I get in if I really want to. From the hundreds of different colors I can do. I didn't realize that with this version I can actually go through and select off of a color wheel different colors, and I was just using like the Ford basic colors for the longest time. And for the most part, all of them, even when you go to like the ambient lighting and everything, they kind of transition over perfectly and all match, which is actually really nice. So the digital dash for me is still, I love it. There's a little thing here or there that I would change with it. I think that the speedo pegs out at 100. Well, I know that the speedo pegs out at 160, just like on the analog ones. And I'm hoping that that's just a little bit of programming that we can do through ForeScan or something else and remove that value that stops it from climbing any higher than 160. I'm not saying that you need it to go above 160. I'm just saying it's an OCD issue for me, knowing that the car can go above 160 and that the speedometer stops it. Then let's talk about the styling a little bit, because that's the biggest issue with the 18 that everyone has, is they think it's ugly as fuck. Don't get me wrong, when I saw the pictures come out the first time, I agree, it looked horrible. I don't know what Ford did with it in those pictures. I don't know if it was subliminal messaging, trying to get no one to buy it so they didn't have to make it, like, no idea. But in the pictures that Ford put out, yeah, it was ugly. It was ugly as fuck. And y'all know the only reason that I got one was because I got to drive one at an auto show. And I saw it in person. And now, after owning it for 5,300 miles, it's funny because on Instagram, a lot of people that started out saying the car was hideous and that they hated it, it's been about 2.5, 3 months now, and some of y'all motherfuckers like it now, and it's funny because y'all comment on how gorgeous it is, and I remember you guys, and you say you hated it. So it's definitely something that has to grow on people, and it's grown on me more, and there's definitely certain aspects of it that are entirely different than the 15 to 17, obviously. And they're going to get fixed throughout the aftermarket community. Roush and Steeda and a whole boatload of other companies have already started rolling out bumpers and add-ons, and if you really don't like how it looks that much, they've got something for it. You can change it. You can make it look better and make it what you want it to be, and still get all the great power and reliability that we have from the new motor. So, you know, looks isn't really something you can use as a crutch anymore and go, oh, it's fucking ugly, so I don't want it. Tough shit. Yeah, it's a little bit ugly, but it's gonna grow on you over time because that's the way we are. So I know this isn't a concern to a lot of people because you're buying, you know, a muscle car, but the direct injection on the 2018s, the gas mileage is fucking amazing. I love it for my commute to work because I get stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic for 45 minutes to an hour every day just on the way to work. And fuel mileage is amazing on 93, because I haven't put it on E yet, purely because of the commute. On 93, I get 24 combined right now. I can get up to 31 on the highway going 80 fucking miles an hour. So, I mean, definitely compared to the 15 to 17s and tenfold over the 13 to 14s, gas mileage is way up there, which, like I said, I guess I really shouldn't be worried about because I didn't buy it for its economy value, but it's kind of nice that it doesn't drain me every time I go to work. Yeah, when I was talking about traffic every morning, this is kind of what I was referring to. Over to the left there is the express lane, and it looks like it's moving, but about a quarter of a mile up there, it comes to a dead stop, and it's a single lane with a cement wall, so there's no getting out of it once you're in it. So that one's not really an option. Alright, so overall, over the past 5,000 miles, I couldn't be more thrilled. The car literally hit every mark that I expected it to, and surpassed some of them. I know I always joke and tell people, like, don't go test drive one because you're going to go buy one. But if you really want a nice car, like you want a car that you can take out on the weekends and have fun in, and you want a car that you're able to modify, and you want a car that's extremely comfy, it's right here. I am extremely impressed with what Ford did with the 18 Mustang, and I think that it's no longer just a pony car or a muscle car, it's an enthusiast's car. And I know some people are going to hate that, and some people are going to go, it shouldn't be, it needs to be a pony car, or it needs to be a muscle car, it needs to be, but times are changing, and as times change, Ford has to change to keep up with the market demand. And they did what they needed to do to bring the car into the market so that it could continue to live on and continue outselling the Camaro and continue outselling Dodge. And at the same time, they allowed it to retain what kept it a Mustang. And for that, I'm really glad, because I wouldn't be driving a Camaro, and I definitely won't be driving a boat. So Ford enabled me to continue to drive what I like to drive. Alright guys, so if you enjoy the videos, please like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Believe it or not, it enables me to continue doing this and continue doing what I love to do. And it also allows me to get feedback from you guys to know whether or not I'm doing stuff that you guys like. So it's really a big help in the long run. I think the next video that I'm going to do, I'm going to try and do a dyno video. I think I'm going to take the car down and try and get it dynoed, and then possibly take it to the track directly after that. Everyone knows that I took the car to the track on day 2 of owning it. I got very little footage of it because I didn't really plan on going. It was a surprise that we ended up there, so I didn't really get much footage of it, and the times and everything weren't really impressive anyways. So I think that I'm going to do a dyno video and a track video, and kind of give you guys a view of what the car's like after just like minor bolt-ons. So like I said, if you like the video, please like it, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I'll catch you guys next time.